there was a FARA note put into FAPG just about a week ago that in the last year, about 35 families have generated $500 million. What is that, 20 seed grants? So, basic research money. Postdocs and technicians work into the basic research money. Access to developmental money. The government, drug companies, and other, be Bill Gates or whosoever, parent organizations can make a difference there. And again, in the United States, the MDA last year raised, are you ready for this? $199.8 million. They're making money. They also have 43 disorders they're dealing with, of which Friedreich's ataxia is not the most important. Okay? Because they're not the big fish in that pond. NAF, about 8 or 9 million. And I think somebody was telling me FARA has a goal this year of 5 million. So those organizations are out there doing everything they can to get the money to help access and help the researchers in that direction. People. Researcher communication forums, exactly as you're having today. In the United States, the FARA got together the researchers, got them talking. You were talking before, but they helped organize and facilitate to make it easier. They worked with the NIH to pull you all together, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, getting the researchers together, I hazard to think 10 or 15 years ago, there wasn't nearly as much communication as there is today, in FA at least. And by the way, all these comments about FA can apply to the other ataxias. I'm just an FA guy though, so if it applies, then you go for it. Grow the field, more scientists. I really enjoy watching the young, so smart scientists that were up here today. The seasoned veterans are great, but the young ones are as good and better because they're the way of the future. So, however our organizations can help attract them, we should do that. We just had a discussion about trial participants found and lined up. The patient registry and patient family communication. There aren't many of us. And if we don't get on a registry, if we don't become visible, then it's not going to happen as well. In the United States, it blows me away, a little American slang. It blows me away how many people are hiding out there that cannot be contacted. So it doesn't matter about clinical trials because you can't get a hold of them. And if we could get a hold of them, then they would be assets for us. Patient organizations should be hugely important in that direction. Infrastructure. And what's the term, Dr. Pandolfo? What's your consortium? I'm hearing about consortium over here. Infrastructure. If I was a researcher and I had a great idea, but I was naive and maybe young, I don't know, or old and naive, we can do that. How do you get into this? Applications. Common applications. How many different forms does a researcher have to fill out in order to get in the door? Remember, I want them productive, not filling out forms. Animal models, we talked about that. We've got the knockouts happening. That's wonderful. Measure scales, I've heard some really great things about that today. Distributed trial centers. Dr. Perlman, God bless you, had your presentation earlier and talked a lot about this kind of infrastructure sorts of things. Research and problem solving. I said, if you're a researcher and you got a problem, who do you go to? Well, you can call Dr. Van Offel, I guess, all the time, but that might get a little tough. So how can parent organizations help on that? Okay? And then collaboration. Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. We've got to collaborate. There's not enough of us. We have to do that. We have to collaborate as parent organizations, patient organizations. Doesn't matter whether you're NAF or MDA or FARA or WHO. Remember, you're looking at the father of an FA'er. I don't ever want to hear somebody tell me that they can't get it done because two organizations that are supposed to represent my daughter are having a tussle. Silly. Collaboration, collaboration. And that's us. We are those organizations. It's up to us to collaborate, work out whatever differences, etc. And we have some of those in the United States. And FARA is doing some really great stuff and has been doing some really great stuff. Here's the collaboration among organizations. Here's FARA's motto. Acting alone, there's very little we can accomplish. Acting together, there's very little we will not accomplish. That's the collaboration. They just made this their core value in their organization. And they're now restructuring around that. Research from around the world, examples, these are all examples of FARA collaborations. In the U.S., boom, look at this list. U.S. Congress, MDA, NAF, collaboration and agreements and cooperation going on. This is particularly interesting to me. One of the things I've always believed is that all of the orphan diseases were little islands out in the middle of the ocean, and each island was working by itself. Well, now, from your direction, the researchers, we're seeing bridges connecting island to island. I heard it all over the place today. And FARA has agreements working with all these people. The latest one is the American Heart Association. They just signed an agreement with them that the American Heart Association is going to go study FA, the cardiomyopathy part of FA. They've got money. Money is time. Europe. Here's these are very familiar to you. Australia. And if anybody's missing, it's my fault. I don't know everybody. Drug companies, patient organizations have got to do the kind of stuff to help the researchers with patients. And if we do that, then we've got hope. If we don't do that, if we don't participate, if we sit in our chair and do nothing or do little, then our children won't have a cure or a treatment. It won't happen. And some of you researchers probably have the stats, but like 2/3 of the trials that fail before they get off the ground because there's not enough patients. So it brings it back to us, the organizations, to make sure that we've got as many patients available as possible. Thank you very much.